My most memorable moment from NAFA would be my final bow at my graduation showcase Crossings 2024. It was a very emotional moment for me because I knew that all my efforts had led up to that moment, and I was very grateful to have been able to share the stage with my friends and have my loved ones watching me from the audience.
My most memorable moments from NAFA is those late night rehearsals where we struggle to refine our performance piece and get rejected the next day. I would say my favorite project is the industry project, Lord of the Flies, that we staged in November last year. It's a rare chance that everyone in our class get to act together in one show.
Opportunities to perform on a big stage are very rare, which is why all the recitals I had in Lee Foundation Theatre were all very heart-fulfilling. Throughout the process, from sharing our passion and visions of the music, the many precious hours we poured together into the preparation, and finally in sharing the same stage.
My most memorable moment from NAFA would definitely be the study trip we had to London, UAL. So it was during this trip that my collaborator and good friend Kenenza Michiko and I fully conceived our experimental film titled Bawang Merah dan Bawang Merah. It was also nominated as a quarter-finalist in the Student Royal Impact Film Festival.
My favorite project is the Overseas Immersion Program to Yogyakarta, Indonesia. It's not often that we are submerged in another country's art scene, and to get to experience firsthand the weight of history through the many traditional art forms, I will miss the camaraderie I have with my friends whom I wouldn't see as much anymore, or the fun discussions I would have with lecturers, or even just bumping into friends from other schools at NAFA that I got to know from the school events. It's really the community that I am leaving behind.
What I will miss about NAFA is the times where we let our imagination fly in classes, being creative in many weird and crazy ways, in ways we ourselves enjoyed, not fearing to make mistakes or the need to be perfect.
I'll definitely miss the knowledgeable environment in NAFA. Getting to always learn and grow as an artist in person. It's something that is part of life. But NAFA really gives that space and experience for you.
I'm lucky enough that my outfits were selected to be shown in NAFA's final year project runway. It feels surreal to be able to see my designs worn by models and also be able to walk together with them as the designer.
My most memorable moment from NAFA was when I made one of my lecturers tear up during one of my sharing presentation. It was such a sweet and encouraging moment because I felt like he understood who I am as a designer. The best piece of advice I've received is not to only rely on online sources and interviews for research, but to go out, and I quote, to trust yourself, trust your senses, and infer from them.
My most memorable moment in NAFA has to be the time spent together with my classmates. So these experiences together, whether is it through working on our furniture in the 3D workshop, our group project, brainstorming ideas, or even during our meals are what I actually cherish the most. The best piece of advice that I have received is don't be too hard on yourself. There are bound to be times where we need to learn to let go even if it's imperfect.
The best piece of advice I've received is most of the times we are our own worst critic. Give ourselves more love and respect, and it will be shown in our work.
My advice for my juniors is to learn to ask why and so what. Don't just follow instructions, ask more questions and challenge ideas.
Appreciate the people around you well, your peers, lecturers, so use every chance you get to just rope in people and maintain good relationships with everyone.
One thing I know is that all of us will need to keep pushing headstrong in facing the challenges as artists of the future.
My advice for my juniors is to basically work hard and play hard. It's always good to apply yourself in school and have a motivation in mind that you can then use to excel. But at the same time, make sure you give yourself the time you need to unwind and be happy, and take a step back to prevent being caught up with the fast-paced nature of our environment.
My advice for my juniors is to have that clarity on why you went to NAFA in the first place, and holding on to that, and to really trust yourself within the process. Let's keep
Our passion for
the arts alive and strive for excellence in all that we do.
Through the NAFA spirits of creativity,
Exploration,
and resilience.